So this is part 3, I suppose, or video number 3 of a series, I suppose, and this one is it's all about family court, but the psychology infection. So this is how the system colonizes professional minds. Now, every organism requires hosts, parasites versus ecosystems. None of them function alone. Institutions are no different. Family court cannot act in a world. It cannot speak, it cannot think, it cannot interpret, so it infects those who can. Professionals, people, humans with careers, mortgages, reputations, fears, insecurities, identities. And once infected, they stop thinking like individuals and start thinking like cells in the organism's body. This isn't a metaphor. This is functional psychology. Let's dissect how the infection takes hold on identity absorption. The first stage of infection. A CAFCAS officer or social worker doesn't begin their career as a corrupted nod. No, they begin as a person with empathy, with logic, with morality, with a sense of self. But the moment they step into the family court ecosystem, something shifts. The institution offers them a new identity. You are the protector. You are the authority. You are the objective one. That identity is seductive. To accept it, the professional must surrender their old identity, the one tied to a personal responsibility and individual moral judgment. This is how the infection begins. The professional stops being a person. They start being a role built to serve the organism. 2. The cognitive narrowing, the shrinking of perception. In the early stage of infection, the system collapses the professional's worldview into a narrow funnel. This consists of allegations are risk, ambiguity is danger, calm is manipulation, disagreement is hostility, and clarity is control. Self-defense is deflection, evidence optional, institutional narrative is truth. The professionals now, perceptual bandwidth collapses. They stop seeing parents as complex humans. They start seeing them as case profiles. You become a risk profile, a category, a narrative. This isn't dehumanization out of cruelty. It's dehumanization out of cognitive survival. The individual perception threatens the organism. Uniform perception protects it. You've got 3. Fear contamination. The emotional hijack. Professionals operate in constant fear. Fear of making the wrong decision, fear of being held to blame, fear of triggering a complaint, fear of being seen as biased, fear of failing the child, institutionally defined, fear of contradicting colleagues, fear of standing out, and a fear of exposure, fear of accountability. And fear is the perfect psychological pathogen because fear collapses autonomy, fear collapses nuance. Fear collapses independent judgment, and a fearful mind doesn't think, it obeys. Fearful professional isn't assessing you, they're managing their own terror, and you're the canvas, and they paint on to manage that fear. Your behavior becomes their projection service for their anxieties. You are no longer you. You are the placeholder for their internal threat response. This is not incompetence. This is infection. 4. The moral inversion. When procedure replaces ethics. Once infected long enough, professionals undergo the most sincere transformation. Ethics are replaced with procedure. In a healthy system, ethics guide decisions. In the family court, procedure legitimizes decisions, even when they violate ethics outright. A professional can destroy a parent with a single misinterpretation and feel righteous in doing so. Why? Well, because within the organism, following procedure equals moral goodness. Following the narrative equals competence. Following the group equals safety. Following the institution equals truth. Procedure becomes morality. Compliance becomes virtue. Defiance becomes danger. And this is why you cannot reason with them. You are appealing to morality that no longer exists. And morality has been outsourced to the organism. Number 5, professional amnesia, the loss of self. After years inside the organism, something irreversible happens. The professional forgets they were ever an individual mind. They become an institutional mind. A split occurs. The person goes dormant. The role becomes dominant. And this happens. Empathy numbs. Self-reflection dies. Curiosity collapses. Accountability dissolves. Shame evaporates. Doubt becomes treason. And certainty becomes the status that they aren't corrupt. Yes, right. They're absorbed, fully integrated into now the organism's neural network. They don't act with conscious malice. They act with unconscious loyalty to a system they didn't design, but now exist to perpetuate. 6, the narrative addiction. Now, the dopamine of power. Professionals become addicted to the narrative the organism feeds them. Why? Because narrative simplifies life. Narrative gives power. Narrative makes them feel important. Narrative protects them from uncertainty. And once addicted to narrative, a professional will bend reality to preserve it. And this is why evidence disappears. Contradictions vanish. Context erases itself. Narrative gives them the psychological stability, and the stability is the currency of the infected. That's reality. If your truth threatens the narrative, they will treat your truth as violence, because in their mind, it is. Number 7, the full merger. When the professional becomes the organism, the final stage of the infection is the merger. This is when the professional can no longer distinguish their thoughts from their institution's thoughts, their feelings from their institution's doctrine, their fears from their institution's survival strategy, their decisions from their institution's preferences. Once merged, they become incapable of independent judgment. They become a human avatar of the institutional instinct. A biological interface that organisms they will destroy you with calm professionalism, not because they hate you, not because they enjoy it, but because you conflict with the organism and they are now indistinguishable from that organism. This is a psychology infection, not corruption, not incompetence, not bad training, not bias, not colonization. And now that you understand the infection, you can understand why appealing to humanity does not work. Humanity is no longer in charge. And the organism is. The organism is in charge. There's no point in appealing to anyone anymore because they're not there. You are alone.